that's hanging out here. My name is RetrophileTV. I'm very excited to see that Demon Sword ended up in the Best of NES Big 20, number 14. I wanted to give you guys a bit of a peek and understanding about the game overall. I can guarantee this is going to be a very quick and concise tutorial because unlike Mega Man 5, there's not really a lot going on in this. There's 7 stages you have to worry about. There's just RNG is the biggest hurdle you have to over. Yeah, you're just gonna hear a whole bunch of sword noises over and over and over again for what it's worth. So we're gonna do the best we can with this. The title theme is a bit grating. I don't know what the choices were behind it. Yeah. It's like nails on a chalkboard. And even though this game is called Demon Sword, the sword itself is very limited in its usability for what it's worth. You're actually going to be seeing that the shuriken is the star of the show on this one, hands down. But yeah, let's get into it. First, before we begin, a big shout out here to Brother Kyle for being the first person to record a time on the time tracking sheet. Everyone else is a bunch of slackers. His time, by the way, is 17 minutes and 55 seconds. And that's definitely pretty good. I mean, if you're picking up the game for the first time, anything under 20 minutes is pretty good. And yeah, yes, sure. Can you jest? No, I don't. It's very true. But anyway, let's talk about Demon Sword. You play as Victar, which is this red guy here with this little stubby sword, and you're probably looking at it going, well, that doesn't look anything close to the sword that was on the title screen of the game. Well, you piece it together after each stage. Each world, rather, you'll get a piece of that back, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. But yes, that being said, so Demon Sword is all about, it's 7 levels, very straightforward. They do it in a linear fashion, and RNG is the name of the game here, folks. This is going to be RNG, the game. It's hell, to say the least. Enemy placements are RNG, item drops are RNG, boss patterns are RNG, and really, at the end of the day, it's going to be one big giant lottery ticket as best as possible. No, it's called Demon Sword, but that's what we're doing. But anyway, let's talk about things really quickly. Let's talk about the interface. And basically, we play as Victar here, and this is one of those games where you have to push up to jump, and your jumping in this game is absurd. You basically fly through the air. You can see it's raining ninjas. Grab your umbrella. But main things to look at here, in the bottom right corner, you see that there's 4 different things we have down there. We have keys, we have red orbs, black orbs, and this very nondescript looking thing that's called a phoenix. Also, if you pause, there are 3 other icons that are here. There is a fire shield, an all clear, which is the lightning bolt that's there, and like a blast wave thing. These are spells that you can actually unlock, and I'll show you where to get those things at. In the world record run, we don't actually get any of these. We don't even worry about it overall, but we do get upgrades for our shuriken. In the middle here, we can see that we have life and power. You start off with 1 block each. Life is extended by having black orbs, and basically as you collect them, when your life is depleted, it will then extend your life based on the orbs that you have. And power you get by actually unlocking specific doors in the game with keys to grab shuriken upgrades. In the world record route, we actually grab every upgrade except the very, very last one, because the last one's actually guarded by a hidden sub-boss that is kind of dangerous and very time-consuming to kill. But if you guys are struggling on the final boss, that may be something you can do. So if you guys have any questions about it, we'll go through, I'll try to talk about it. We'll probably do some runs here. The run itself, basically with average RNG, if you basically know what you're doing and you're able to complete a run, is 15 minutes. And I have some stuff I can show you then as well to kind of help you along. So first things first, time begins as soon as you hit start on the title screen. And you're dropped right here. The basics here is that every other enemy has a chance of dropping an item. And there are certain limited time use items. This is like a dart wheel. There's a key. You can see it increased it by 1. You can get movement upgrades. You can get invincibility that they drop. But again, every other enemy has a chance of dropping something or nothing at all. So if you can keep track of how many things you're killing, you can kind of know when a drop might be coming and anticipate it. But long story short, The main goal is basically, in most levels, go from left to right. Why is he wearing hooker boots? Because it helps him jump super, super high. The heels themselves are full of springs, clearly. But Victor here, he can climb things. He can die very quickly because he's very weak out of the gate. Yeah, he can jump, he can climb. One thing I should talk about is the jumping in this game is very jank, to say the least. There are two different types of jumping. There's neutral jumping, which actually allows you to manipulate going left and right, and that's kind of important for being able to do some air control. But if you jump in a diagonal fashion, if you press left or right or the opposite direction, you will dead stop. Like you can't go back the way that you once you came. You can only jump in that direction. You kind of get a feel for it as you go. Basically, there's no actual set locations for enemies in this because, I mean, how do you design a game that lets you have like this crazy movement where you can basically just jump above the entire level? So they just spawn enemies on the edge of the screen constantly, and it's most of the time it would just be kind of just alternating between A and B and working your best. I'm not going to go into like optimal routing and movement and stuff like that. You guys can kind of learn as you go with it. I think I was talking with Schmitty Games and asked him how he'd been doing with Demon's Sword, and he said, well, I got through the first stage by holding up and right, and that's a pretty accurate assessment. You can just hold up and right, and you'll jump forward and eventually grab onto trees and such. The only thing I have to worry about are the airborne ninjas. So let's take it from the top. The main things that we really want to focus on during the run is getting keys and getting red orbs. You want to skip black orbs. You actually do not want to actually get them or extend your life. I know that sounds very counterintuitive, but my biggest thing I can say to you is you want to prioritize getting keys and red orbs. Red orbs refill your life by 1 bar when it depletes. They're automatically used. But that's the only way to really regain your health, so keeping a good stock of them is good. This is a movement upgrade. Check this thing out. You guys saw me running there before. Now check this speed out. This actually increases movement as well as your jump distance by a very good margin. The only problem is it only lasts for a single level that you get it in. As soon as you get to the next stage, it resets. This is a demon door. These are the things you actually unlock with the keys that you get, and certain ones, yeah, it's very fast. Certain ones actually contain boss fights that you can unlock those spells, the 3 things that we have here, and other special ones which start in the next stage. I'll show you exactly where they are. Give you power-ups for your shuriken and make things so much easier, to say the least. But anyway, let's see if I can force a key drop really quick and see if I can show you what this looks like. Here's a dart wheel. This is another temporary use item that only lasts for a certain period of time. There's a red orb. My health is pretty low, so if I take enough damage here, you'll see that actually get depleted. And you can see my count's at 1. Make that 2. Remember, every other one has a chance. That's a phoenix. It only appears in stage 1, and here's what it does. Oh god, I fell into a pit. You know, thank God I had this phoenix to help me out of it. And you can fly it around, do what you want to do. Long story short, this is the only level in the game that appears, and the only level in the game that has pits of death. It's an abandoned thing. A little bit of trivia for you guys is that the Japanese version of this game is vastly different. Vastly, vastly different. Whole bunch of new levels, new power-ups, everything. And also it's one-hit deaths in that version. And it still has this glorious, you know, raining ninjas thing. Again, Black Orb, we don't want that. We don't want to extend our life, because later on in the game, specifically in Stage 4, there are archers and enemies that do 2 blocks worth of damage. So ultimately, this actually helps us optimize our healing. So instead of me burning 2 orbs to refill my health, we only need to burn 1 at a time, which is kind of nice. Unfortunately, it looks like I grabbed one on accident there while jumping around and killing things here. But you can see my life refilled. Oh man, I will say that Demon Sword Japanese is extremely difficult. Go check that one out for yourself. Okay, there, I took sufficient damage. Oh, if you stand in the same spot for too long trying to grind, these demon cats show up, and they don't mess around. So, I forgot this was even a thing. If you're playing this game any type of fast, you won't ever see them. So yeah, you saw my life extended by 1 bar. It burned 2 of my other red orbs to actually refill it. That's why we want to try to keep that as low as possible. because you'll just refill with one orb each time. Nice and easy. But anyway, let's go and do a run. We'll see if we can get through it. Good. So I would recommend killing 2 enemies to start the level and see if you get yourself a key drop or some health, or a movement upgrade here is quite nice. You can kind of keep yourself on the ground here by just doing a little tap up. And when you get about here, you can start going up. You'll learn the layouts of the levels pretty decently, but for the most part, you can just hold up and right. Kind of stay on the treetops. You want to throw shurikens up in the air like you don't care, because it's raining ninjas and you need to just do whatever you can to help yourself out. At this point, the sword is actually slightly more strong than the shuriken. That will change very quickly, and basically the shuriken are all we're going to be relying on. That being said, there's a human task, or not, there's an inhuman task that's out there that is not human viable. That's just over 6 minutes for this game. The world record is a low 10, and I'd say like a good run is about 15 minutes or less. Our first boss that we have here is this little bouncy samurai. There was a strat that we can actually do for that I probably should show you guys. So let's go do this again. Here's the thing about dying in this game. It just drops you off at random spots. There's no like set checkpoints. It's very strange. Let's see if we can get close to him, and then we'll save right here. So I think we'll save here. So Samurai, his hitbox is active all the time, and he does, I think, 1 bar of damage each time that he touches you, so you want to avoid that. The good news is there is a stun lock that you can do for him. So my recommendation is walk up here, and you want to kind of cling onto the tree. And then tap in rhythm, and you can possibly keep him locked in place. See, he jumps away. But that's all you have to do for this one. You can try to do it from the ground, but it's a little more difficult, so I recommend it just kind of going up a little higher. See if we can get closer to him. Not that close. You'll get a feel for it eventually here. Oof. But unfortunately, if you drop the stun lock, he gets free. But yeah, it's best not to get close, because your sword is so stubby anyway, you're not going to be able to do anything against him. Shurikens are your friend. Alright, let's move on. Stage 1-1's done. Stage 1-2, this is the forest. Basically, you can just hold up and right for a good chunk of this. There is a little bit of movement tech that I will show you guys later that you can actually use here as well, that's referred to as jump extensions. At the peak of your jump, if you let go of up, it's, well, actually right before reaching the peak, you'll actually get a slight boost in height, and then there is actually a jump that we're going to do, I think, in 3-1, where a jump extension is really easy to see, and actually helps make things a lot easier. Alright, 1-2, this is the first time that we actually have a shuriken upgrade available to get. There's no upgrades for the shuriken in 1-1. So what we're going to do is we're going to farm here on this first little flat part, and I will take health all day. These dart wheels are not helping anything. Unfortunately, you're at the mercy of RNG. There is no known manipulations for it at all whatsoever. However, the task manipulates it all day. If you guys are looking for more runs to check out, Dig Shake, the previous world record holder and a good friend of mine, did a run of this game. I think it was for SGDQ 2016, I believe? Something like that. He actually got a 12-minute, 34-second time, and he did really, really well for what it's worth. You can check that out too and watch that run. And just kind of basically watch where we farm. There's our key. Okay. We're going to come over to this ledge. We're going to jump off. We're going to hold up and right until we touch a tree. Just tap up and right and then stop with the edge of that tree in the background that was there. This door I'm standing on right here, it's the last door of the level right before the boss, which is off to the right here. If you go in the right door here, that is a shuriken upgrade. And there you go. You've now effectively doubled the power of your shuriken with that one little upgrade. And the shuriken is now way better than the sword, instantly. The task even gets that upgrade for what it's worth. but they get no more. We're gonna be getting a couple more, at least for all the other stages here. And let's talk about the next boss we have coming up here. It's Blue George Washington. And his hitbox is also active at all times, so you can't go up and give him a hug. His weak points is his ankles. You can give him the old hot foot if you're lucky, and actually stun lock him a couple of times using the similar rhythm that you did with the samurai. Kind of like that. However, he likes to jump too. You can also jump and throw shuriken in other directions. So if you jump up in the air and do a diagonal and throw, you can throw in 8 directions effectively with the shuriken. So again, way better than the sword. Speaking of, we just got the first section of it. And birds are jerks, and jerks are going to steal orbs from us. You will likely not be seeing these scenes because you can just mash start throughout all this. But I wanted to show you the dramatic 2 frames of animation. But we'll be seeing that bird a couple of times throughout the run. Anyway, let's move on to stage 2. This is the first vertical stage of the game. Basically, if you're making vertical progress here, you're making progress. So the movement upgrade is not going to help you much. The first key we want to get is right here, and there's a first door we want to go to. The bird from 8 Eyes, yep. Alright, so we need a key. This is a common occurrence. What we'll do is we'll do a full, concise run after this is done. We'll talk about it. But hey, I'll take red orbs all day. I haven't got the invincibility power up to show you guys yet either. I'm looking for that. There's our key. Alright, so jump up here. Jump on top of this. Here's our first door. Right there. Oh, hey, I got that upgrade and it didn't increase my power at all. Well, what it does with this is increases the range of your shuriken. It now travels the entire distance of the screen. So, no increase in power, but it's necessary to get. And even if you skip this one, the next upgrade you got, even on a future level, would still be the same thing. Would still be a distance upgrade. Yep. So, it's actually a blessing and a curse because now we can't spam it like we were doing before for the first 2 bosses. It has to go off the screen entirely. But again, if you're making vertical progress on this one, you're making progress. Here's the main thing to look for, is this kind of stone staircase leading to the top. Our boss here, we fought a samurai, we fought George Washington, so clearly the next boss is going to be Space Pope. I'm not joking, it's the Pope. But he has got more ups than Michael Jordan, and gravity is just a mere suggestion to him. His hitbox, by the way, is not active. The only thing that can possibly hurt you are those orbs that he is spitting out. That being said, his vulnerability point is basically the tip of his head here. You want to be using shurikens as much as possible from this point out. You can kind of use the sword to kind of keep him grounded as best as possible. What I like to do is kind of jump up and then also aim the shurikens down and kind of rain them down on top of him. But he likes to fly around as much as possible. Okay, Space Pope is done for. And that's the end of 2-1. We're almost halfway through the game already. 2-2, the Evil Forest / Swamp. We need a key once again because it's the first door that will have it. Hey, how about that? We got a key. Okay, take a quick gander at the background. If you see that red glowing stuff here, you see this area where it kind of arcs upward? Pay special attention to that because you need to actually jump on top of these and jump up here. If you don't make this jump properly, you'll land in this pit down here. It does a little bit of damage. It won't be an instant kill or anything, but that's my visual cue, though, is the glowing stuff in the background. As it takes an incline, you know that this type of tree is here, and you'll see that throughout the level. But anyway, let's go grab an upgrade. First door is right here, and we now have an upgrade. So, increasing our shuriken power, again, just making this thing just so much more beastly than it was originally. And once again, we're going left to right. On this stage, very straightforward. You want to be very mindful of the doors. If you're hoarding keys and you're getting lucky with key luck, don't run into those demon doors on accident. Because you'll get stuck having to fight a boss. That being said, while we're kind of working our way up through this level at this point, I want to throw this out there, guys. The Demon Sword board on speedrun.com is very, It's very vacant, to say the least. There's only 6 runners of the game, and the last run that was submitted was my WR over 2 years ago at this point. So WR for this game is very much out there, and I would love to see more people discover more about this game. Me and Dig did the best that we could with it, with what we have, but we would know to have more. Here is invincibility, and this is a great thing to have, especially for this boss. So we beat the Pope. Now we fight Satan. And basically, when you have invincibility, you just want to rush him down and just spam shurikens as much as possible. If you don't have invincibility, we'll go through that. You kind of want to just... Oh, this is perfect. Get him toward the edge. See, what we're actually doing is abusing the side of the screen where they're actually going off. We can just spam shurikens a lot faster. If you didn't actually have the invincibility there, if you actually alternate A and B, kind of do sword, shuriken, you can kind of stun lock them on the ground and keep them in there as best as possible. So anyway, yeah, we beat Satan. We're moving on to 3-1. We got another sword extension piece. Who cares? Doesn't really matter. And we get the same exact scene once again. Moving on to 3-1. The Mountain of Skulls. Need to grab our key right out of the gates, but I'll take that red orb all day. Thank you very much. Kind of want to farm here in the beginning. Take the dart wheel. Makes things nice and safe. Kind of just pressing A and B at the same time. Just try to keep people off me as best as possible. Yeah, we already beat Satan. That's a final boss for some games, not Demon Sword. Oh yeah, if you don't collect the power-up in time and another one spawns, that's too much for this game to handle. You'll lose the spawn. Oh, and if you walk off the screen, you know how that red orb was really right there? Nope, you just despawned it. So you have to be very mindful of your pickups at all times. And it's a real pain when you're looking for a key and it spawns and you go off the screen. It's definitely not fun. Alright. Or if you go to leap for, to reach for one and it gets despawned. Alright, we need a key. Come on now. The thing you're going to notice with this game is that when you need keys, you'll never get them. And when you have all the keys you need, you'll get nothing but keys. Alright, so we got our key. We're going to talk about getting our upgrade here, and then also show you the jump extension bit. Okay, right here is our door. Right there. Alright, so we now have a 4-bar shuriken. That's the second last upgrade that we're going to get. This is technically the toughest jump in the game right here. Originally, the way you're supposed to do this, if you stand here and just hold up, you will not make that jump. You can see I can't make that. I'm holding up this entire time. The intended way to do it is to kind of hop over here and then hop up. And it's painful because a lot of times you're just going to bonk your head. And if you do one of these, you're going to jump off and you can't get back. And it's a big giant time loss, and nobody likes that. We're here to go fast. So what you really want to do is do that jump extension I was talking about. And that's letting go of up just before you reach the peak of your jump. And you can see I actually make that jump now. You get a feeling for it. This is the best place to kind of practice it and kind of figure things out. But holding, let go. Holding, let go. And you can see I make that. Again, if I just hold it, or if I let go too late, I don't make it. So, there you go. There's your area to practice right here. So you don't have to do it this way. Because this way is awful. Alright. Moving on. Again, this is another vertical type level. This is not left to right. So long as you're climbing upward, you're good. Kind of just want to brace yourself in between here. Use your neutral jumps. Make sure you're holding true up. Not any sort of diagonal variant where you'll jump off the side. Gonna come over here to the edge. You can do a jump extension there if you want to. Okay, we're in the area right now where the boss is at. So what I usually do here is, you don't have to do this, but you can actually farm in this area and hopefully you'll get, well, a key is nice. We'll take that. Hopefully you'll get invincibility to make this boss a lot easier, or a dart wheel. Either or would be helpful. So let's see what we get. Again, unfortunately, there's no known RNG manipulations for the game, so you're pretty much at the mercy of it. And like I said, we don't really need that many keys now, but now it's just gonna rain keys all day. All the drops that we needed earlier for keys, not showing up. I'll take health, I'll take invincibility, I'll take a dart wheel, I'll take anything at this point. Anything but keys and black orbs. Please and thank you. And this is pretty bad luck, but welcome to Demon Sword, raining keys all day. We don't need that many. It may just get to the point where I'm just gonna go do it. Just go fight the guy. Alright, so we fought the Pope, we fought Satan. Who could possibly be next? Zombie Washington. He's blue. Same thing, just aim for the knees. Yes, we have a rehash fight. Sometimes he'll kind of hang out there. You can still get him in the knees when he's up there. You can do a diagonal jump. Just be very careful because everything he does basically your full health. You're gonna be burning an orb every time you get touched. Yeah, he's back. Just do it low and slow. It's pretty straightforward. You can wait for him to come down. Try to do one of those. This is why we want invincibility, because you can just spam shurikens inside of his hitbox and it just works out beautifully. Alright. There he be. 2 more stages to go, folks. Alright, we have keys all day at this point. This one's kind of a zigzag climb up through this giant, like, fortress, basically. Having a movement upgrade greatly cuts time on the stage. But again, you can't just kind of hang out here hoping for that one drop to happen. If you get lucky enough, kill a couple in the beginning, you will save a ton of time here. You'll see why. Well, looks like they're just going to give me keys all day. It's the first door once again to get your upgrade, and this is the final upgrade that we're going to get for the run. This is what the world record does, the marathon run does, what I would recommend to you guys. And watch this. Bang. Goes up by 2. And now we throw NES controllers. Kind of. Actually, what do we throw? Yeah, I don't know what those are, but it also now makes a cool sound. So, these things are very powerful, they do a good job. They travel very fast. But there is technically one more upgrade we can get in the game. Basically, this is just in a zigzag pattern to work your way up. Just make sure you're climbing stairs. You go right, then left, then right, then left, and then right. You'll see once we get to the top. But you can see it's a lot of flat running. And this is why having the speed upgrade really helps. This cuts down all of this tremendously. You want to make sure you always have a shuriken in front of you at all times. Alright, we're almost at the roof. Alright, I usually would say here, if you're starting out, you can grind here and hopefully get, well, at least some stuff for the final stage, because we're at 3-2 now. This is stage 6. That's it. Good. We got invincibility. So now we face Shield Mage, which you basically just want to try to spam shurikens as much as possible, because they're doing a lot more damage. This is the perfect pattern right here. Again, same thing off the side of the screen. Sometimes the boss can just be like, nope, we don't want it to take any damage. But spam them. Invincibility makes things easier. Otherwise, just back up and just spam shuriken. Don't get close. The sword does nothing. To give you guys context, the final boss that we'll be facing, if you did it sword only, it would take over 120 plus sword strikes to kill it. Whereas with this shuriken we have now, it takes a little bit around 20 or so. Yeah, this game has a lot of similarities to Legend of Kage. It really does. It's really not that bad of a game once you kind of dig into it and kind of mess around with it. Just so that you know what to do. Avoid the black orbs, stack reds, get your keys and unlock the appropriate doors to get the shuriken upgrades, and just use your shuriken, you're good. Stage 4, though, however, is the most dangerous one of the entire run. There are these archers that do arrows that sometimes you can't avoid, that do 2 blocks worth of damage. This is why we've been going this entire game with avoiding the black orbs. Does invincibility last through the end of the stage? No, that's a limited time item, just like the dart wheel. You only have a limited amount of time for that to go through. So maximize it as best as you can. It would be great if it did, but no, it's not the case. It's like a star from Super Mario Brothers, basically. All right, this is a very similar design to the level that we just went to, except instead of us going up, we're going down. So you'll be running to the right. These eye things right here, he wants to grab onto, so I recommend jumping through them and letting go of all controls so he doesn't latch on. We don't really have a lot of healing orbs right now. I'm gonna show you guys if you guys want to do, oh, really quick, this back right here, like we're at this end, just follow this blue pillar all the way down and kind of hold to the left here, and once you get here, go left. I'm gonna show you guys the secret boss fight, well, the final upgrade basically for our shuriken, and show you A, why we don't go for it, and B, what the boss is, and see how to beat it. So we're just running across, we're skipping those demon doors, we don't want to go in them. Once we get about here, you'll see this section, kind of hold down and right. There's the door, this little alcove that's just below the second floor is where we want to go. And we have keys, so let's go in there. And here is the unique boss that just loves to eat shurikens. They may not look that dangerous. Everything this person does 2 blocks of damage. And if you get close, they like to throw those things at you. And they like to jump at you sometimes and try to give you a hug. Like so. And they eat shurikens. The only thing that's actually vulnerable is the head. So what I usually recommend doing... Well, yes. Oh, so if you die, you'll spawn right outside of it. You can go right back in. But we want orbs. My recommendation to you is kind of just tap up and then do a diagonal up, and you can just aim at the head from here. Kind of safely out of the way. If you have magic spells that you've gotten from other demon doors earlier in the game, they can be useful as well. This is kind of a scary part, to be kind of cornered. Oh boy. Alright. Ouch. Every time I get hit, I lose one of my orbs, unfortunately, because it's refilling my health. And this is why we don't go for this. Not only is it dangerous, she's very erratic, but I want to show you guys what you get for doing it. Ah, dang. I don't even know how many hits she takes from this. 1, 2. She ate that one. 3. If you hear that squeaky noise, that means that actually the hit actually landed. 4. 5. She almost got me there. Ah. Dang it. Dang. The long story short, this boss is for the final upgrade. And unfortunately, it doesn't make that big of a difference for the final boss. It maybe reduces the amount of hits from like 20 or so to like maybe 16, I think, if memory serves. But long story short, we thought about going for this. It really is not worth the time or the effort because it's such a slow and unsafe fight. Just like that, she'll go off screen, you can't even see what she's doing. I dig the skull that's kind of hanging off the side of her face there. Hands eating shurikens all day. Oh boy. Oh, she gave me a hug. There it is. Okay. Our final upgrade. And our reward for that is a fully powered shuriken, and now we throw crosses from Castlevania. Effectively. So this is a room where we can get a spell. I'll show you guys what the spells look like then. But long story short, if you guys get any of these spells, all you have to do is just go press start to pause it. Push A and you'll select it. And to actually use the item, it's select. Yeah, it's okay. They're alright, but we have this now. We have the beast. You don't need to get this cross. The NES controller, like the rectangular type one we get from the fortress is what we want. That does more than enough damage for the final boss. And speaking of, we're working our way down there now. We're now down at this is the main chamber right here. This is where we want to farm. We ultimately either want to get a dart wheel or invincibility. I would love health right about now. I'll save right here. Okay, health is good. We don't want to go too far into the chamber or we will aggro him and start the fight. Those are those archers I told you guys about that are very scary and very deadly. After this, we'll do a run, and we'll see what happens live. As best as possible. Okay, dart wheel will take it. Let's go. Final boss. It's Louis Vuitton Wizard. And everything he does 2 things of damage. You can see that thing is massive, and you can't get rid of that. Long story short, don't die to him. As best you can avoid that. That's a movement upgrade. We don't need that. And they do not stack. They look oddly similar to the invincibility and vice versa, but you'll figure out the differences pretty quickly. We don't need keys. I'm ducking here just because of the archers entirely at this point. Ah, got shot while trying to get that one too. Like I said, you're at the mercy of RNG here, unfortunately. You can fight him without doing upgrades. I don't recommend it. At least invincibility or a dart wheel is what we want here to kind of make this fight safe. And we're just gonna get keys all day. All day. Oh my god, that's 3 key drops in a row. Alright, we'll take some health. I'll take some more health, thank you. We don't need any more keys. Health is good, yes. Welcome to Demon Sword, everybody. See, we have waited too long at this point. Good news is they can drop stuff too. Okay, we got a dart wheel. Here we go. This boss will randomly teleport either above, to the side. It's very annoying, and sometimes he can teleport right on top of you and there's nothing you can do about it. Like that. The dart wheel, however, can be kind of useful because you can get multi-hits if you can lure them out into one of these open spaces here. But you can kind of see there's no real pattern as to where he goes. And if you don't duck here, you will get hit by that. You can hit him with a sword to kind of reset his position, like if he gets too close. But ultimately, you want to try to prioritize hitting him with shurikens as much as possible. And if you don't duck there, you will get hit by that, even though it looks like it's above you. It's a very large hitbox. And just like all the other bosses, you will just choose to eat shurikens all day and not actually take damage. There he is. He has been defeated. And that's where time would be as soon as stage 4 clear shows up. And we plunge the sword into the demon that we didn't know about. And he dies for about 30 seconds. And we rescue a maiden of some sort. I don't know. There's no actual ending to this game. This is it. Just a 3 or 4 frame animation horse and a sunrise. We don't even know who made this game. There's no credits. There's only one more scene after this. Thank you for the GG. So yeah, Demon Sword is really straightforward. Honestly, just get your keys, know where your demon doors are to get your upgrades, prioritize the shuriken as best as possible, know how to kill the bosses, and that's pretty much it. There's not any major movement techniques other than that the jump extension that you need to worry about. Know the difference between a neutral jump and a diagonal jump, effectively. And make sure to prioritize red orbs over the black orbs. There is one more bit of advice I can give you guys, that if you guys are struggling with Demon's Sword, there is a hidden continue command in the game. That's the ending right there, Taito. We know that Taito made it. We know nothing else about it. So let's say I did really terribly. Let's have this archer just destroy me, please. Well, let's go stand in the lava for a while. Let's have a nice party here with them for a little bit. So let's say you're struggling really bad and you burn through all of your lives in the process. Actually, that lava does a lot less damage than I was hoping it would. There is a way to continue, however, it's very obtuse. There we go. All right, we now have lost one of our lives. You start with 2, I think. 2 or 3, something like that. Oh, and if you die in this area, I have no idea where they drop you off at. I think I got dropped off at the 2nd floor, which is really annoying. Okay, I got shot with an arrow right to the back of the head. Let's take one more intentional death. Doesn't take long in this place. It really doesn't. Oh my god, game over. So what you want to do for this is during the game over screen, you want to hold down and put in BA. And this screen will come up. It even gives you a password that you can use too. But basically it asks if you want to continue. So if you are struggling with this game and you are game overing, you don't need to go all the way back to the title screen. Just hold down and press BA, and you can start right back where you were. Get wrecked right away. Conversely, on the title screen, to get access to the password system, this is not allowed, by the way, for runs, but I'm just saying this if you guys want to practice this on your own, is hold up and press ABAB. So instead of down BABA to get the password, up ABAB. And it'll bring you to this. I don't know why they hid this feature in such a way, but this is where it is. Mismatch. I don't know who Mismatch is, but... Mismatch. She's a matchmaker. Alright, anyway. Any questions from chat in general about Demon's Sword? What are you guys feeling about it? I would love to see more of you guys dig into this. I honestly think that if you guys are looking to get a WR, this is a game that is very possible in the Big 20 that this will possibly happen. Either in the practice leading up to it or actually during the run itself, because someone's going to get some really good RNG. Movement is only part of it a little bit, but RNG and being able to work with it really is the kind of the biggest thing. All to sell those hint books, yeah. How to win at Nintendo games, part 1 and 2. Yeah, the game is really not bad. So I'll tell you what, guys, let's go ahead and we'll do a run. And I think that currently, so I will say this. So just to give you guys a bit of history about this, is I kind of just came across this game at random one day. I was actually fishing for a new speed game. And I noticed that there was no real runs of this game out there. And so I kind of picked it up and started routing it and figuring things out. And then I worked with Dig Shake after getting a run together. I think my initial WR was like 18 minutes before I knew really much of anything about it. And then we just went back and forth trading at WRs over the summer. And then Dig Shake actually had one that stood for 2 years. I couldn't beat it and walked away from it. And took it back about 2 years ago. So this game has been due for some sort of additional movement for a long time now. So I'm really excited to see what you guys come up with. Hopefully people find some new stuff to kind of help us out. I have tried everything in my power to break this game, to try to clip out of bounds or find zips or do something like that, and I just can't. I can't find anything that breaks in this game. I guess maybe the game itself is just inherently broken. But let's go ahead and do a run. We'll go through and see what a run actually looks like. Soup to nuts. I'll try my best to go through it. No problem. My pleasure. I want to try to keep this quick and concise. You guys got 20 games to learn, so really what it comes down to is just play this game a couple of times. You'll know what's going on right away, and WR will be yours if you have the right RNG. Just a tip for if there's anyone that is going to be going for world record attempts, this is what world record attempts look like for Demon Sword. Start the game, go forward, kill 2 things, hope for a key drop or a movement upgrade. Okay, I didn't get it. Reset. Basically, that's it. The run starts when you get one of those drops, and that it can help save some time. But we're not going to do that. We're going to do a no reset as if we're going into this. So here we go, folks. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so I will try to farm for at least something here in the beginning. Remember, every other enemy has a chance of dropping something. Perfect, we got a key. That helps us in the next stage, absolutely. All right, so let's move forward. We're gonna go ahead and hop across here. We're gonna hop across. There's a demon door that's up here, but we're gonna go ahead and avoid that. Sorry for the sound, but this is the only safe thing to do because we don't know where they're coming from. Again, this is RNG the game. And you don't want to be climbing upward because that's slow. So we want to try to be running as much as we can be. Let's see if we can get a good stun lock on the samurai. And here we go. Almost. Not a bad fight. I'll take that. All right, on to the next stage. It's raining ninjas. I have no health right now. I have 0 red orbs to work with, so I need to be very mindful of that. We will farm at the end of the level. We can skip because we have a key already, which is great. So again, hold right. Oh, there was a red orb. Hold right here, jump off this tree, do a little tiny jump, line up with that edge of that bush. And there's our first upgrade. We're gonna farm here real quick. For the next stage, we're looking for keys, and we're looking for red health, please. And unfortunately, that is not the case. No drops, no love. There's a key. All right, we'll take that. How about some health? Can I get a health, please? That'd be nice. Cool. All right, good. All right, let's go see if we can stun lock him in the foot. Oh, that was good. Nice. Not bad. All right, at this point, we'll start mashing start. Skip the cutscene. All right, I'm going to jump up because we have our key. We don't need to farm. We can just go and get it right away. This is our shuriken upgrade number 2 that gets the length. Again, so long as you're making vertical progress in this level, you are making progress. You can figure out what the most optimal way of doing things is on your own. I can't remember for the life of me. Shoutouts to Best of Ness for actually selecting this. Oh, there was a key. I've been waiting for this moment for a long time for this game to actually get some additional visibility. And this is like the perfect opportunity for it to do so. Okay, nice clean jumps up. Space Pope. I'll try to keep him grounded as much as I can. Remember, shurikens do a lot more damage than sword swings, too. Alright, not bad. Not a bad fight. Next up is the Devil's Forest. We're about 4 minutes in at this point. Not bad. Okay, that movement upgrade's nice. That's only available for this stage. Okay, we do not need a life extension. We need a key. Red orbs are always appreciated. There's our key. All right, let's go. All right, there we go. Oh, that was a mistake on my part. Remember, watch out for the demon doors that you don't need. Like that one right there, we don't want that. Alright, we are almost near Satan, so I'm going to farm here really quick. Yes, perfect. Alright. Satan, I'm going to try to spam you with shuriken as best as I can. Unfortunately, he likes to run. Nice. Okay. 2-2, start spamming start. We need a key. We only need 2 more keys in the run at this point. I'll take a dart wheel. Take health. Thank you. More health, yes. Safety is always appreciated. But now we need keys. We got more than enough health now. We have more than enough health, game, please. Oh my god. I mean, 5 health drops in a row? Like, that was pretty good. Okay, apparently this is gonna be the safest run ever. Oh my god. There it is. Alright, let's go. Let's get that one too. Why not? 9 orbs? Is that where we're at right now? Insane. I think I just missed a key drop too. Alright guys, remember we're doing the jump extension on this one. Yeah, the RNG in this is actually what adds a lot of the excitement. It's pretty cool to see sometimes. Also, when you enter a door, you can buffer an up and right jump to save a couple of frames. Here we go, jump extension time. Got it. Hardest jump in the game, right there. Climb up the left side. Recommend just doing some clean neutral jumps like this. Nice and easy. I usually come over here, hold up entirely, little tap, hold up entirely, little tap, hold up entirely, little jump. Okay, we're gonna farm one last time. Hopefully we can get a key maybe for the next level. If not, it's okay. We're looking for invincibility to make this boss a lot easier, or a dart wheel. Either or would suffice. Because it's very slow without either of those. Perfect. Yes, let's go. Just spam those shurikens all day. Don't even worry about the sword at this point. Alright, very good. We need a key. The good news is grinding for 3-2 is actually, you actually have the chance of getting that movement upgrade, which would make things a lot easier. Well, there's our key. We could go. More health, sure, why not? Let's see, can we get some movement upgrade? That'd be really great. If not, we'll just go. We got everything we need. Alright, yeah, we're going. 10 red orbs. Oh man. Very safe. Remember that the last upgrade we get here is on this little area at the top of the first floor. That's what it looks like when you don't buffer it. Buffer down and right coming out of the door. There's your stairs here. Jump on the 3rd step. We're gonna go to the left. The orb luck's been insane. Okay, we're gonna go this way. Up these giant steps. They're massive. We don't need that key. We're gonna do this run like we normally would. We're not gonna fight the multi-armed lady to get the final upgrade. So it makes the last boss. There's our movement upgrade. I should have stopped for that, but it's so late in the run at this point. We're so late in the level. Okay, we're gonna do one more farm sesh at the top here. Hope we can get some invincibility maybe. If not, yeah, we're good. Yeah, another key. Okay, we're good. So here's what it looks like without an up invincibility. Just try to keep your distance. If they jump back, that's the best, but unfortunately that's not going to be the case here. Just keep throwing shurikens. Eventually they'll put their guard down. There we go. 3, 2. Start mashing start. We're on to the final stage. Invincibility is great out of the gate here if you can get it, because it makes this all really safe. Otherwise, you would just want to be mashing attacks, because they just throw enemies at you all day. So we hop up top here. We just basically run across. When you're jumping through those eye sections, the eye pillars, make sure you're not holding any buttons on the directional pad. We run to the edge of this. We fall this down. Hold down and left. Stop here. I'm just basically tapping A and B at the same time here, because the sword will actually catch the arrows before they get to you. And that's really the big threat here. But we have 7 orbs right now, so we're rocking and rolling. We're doing just fine. See? It caught me. Alright, from here, fall this one down. We're gonna hug this wall, hold down and right. Latch on here, up and right. So the up to jump in this takes a little bit of getting used to, but it starts to feel really good after a while. You get really used to it. Alright, final farm area here. We're hoping for a dart wheel or invincibility for the boss. Remember, don't go too far in, kind of stop underneath like this H pattern. We don't need keys, game, please. Health I'll take. You can never have enough. We don't need keys. Oh my goodness gracious. Ooh, 2 archers. Scary. Health and keys. That's all we're getting. There it is. Alright, let's go. Alright, so we have a weaker shuriken this time. You can see his feet sometimes up top there. You look very carefully. Otherwise, he just kind of just warps in from wherever. The good news is we actually get a lot of hits on him with that dart wheel. And time stops when we get to stage 4 clear. There you go, guys. A sub 13, 1251. So even with pretty gnarly RNG, we were able to get sub 13. I have never had a run that safe, though. Like, getting 5 or 6 red orb drops in a row is pretty insane. But yeah, guys, Demon Sword, don't be scared. I will be watching and looking to see what you guys have on the time tracker. Again, Brother Kyle's the first one to draw first blood, 1755. I'm sure that some of you guys right now, after watching that, can get a much better time than that. Right now. I guarantee it. Thank you guys so much for the GGs. Really appreciate that. So what do the orbs do? The red orb, it refills your health when it empties. 1 orb refills 1 block of health. That's why we never go and get a black orb. The black orb extends your life bar by 1 block each when it empties. So if I had 4 black orbs in my possession and I only had 1 block at the time and that depleted, I would then have 5 life bars at that point. But then again, it would take 5 red orbs to refill the entire thing. And like I said, the final boss and those archers do 2 blocks worth of damage. So avoiding them at all costs is actually the best thing you can do. Not today, Satan. Yes. Thank you so much for actually saying that for me there, smart Alec. Is it a shuriken downgrade? Kind of. Yeah, unfortunately, if we could get away with not getting that upgrade and not actually having it go the full screen, it would actually allow us to throw shurikens more often, and that would be ideal. But Apollo, thank you for the GG. Smart Alec 24, best in S, and that Shaggy Matt. Really appreciate it, guys. So that's it. That's Demon's Sword. Go ahead and check it out yourself. See what you guys can do with it. If you guys need anything from me, please do not hesitate to hit me up on Discord, RetrophileTV. I would love to help you guys out with the game. I'm looking forward to seeing someone, whomever it's going to be, to take the world record. It's been unbroken for 2 years now, and definitely needs some forward movement. It's kind of weird. I had to dust this one off. I haven't touched the game in quite some time now, but seeing it get announced for Big 20 really put a big smile on my face in the process. I kind of flipped out about it. More often than not these days I'm playing Castlevania, but that's beside the point. But guys, absolutely a pleasure. If you guys have any questions, hopefully that guide helps you out. Seeing a run done, go watch Dig Shake's GDQ run that he did. Just kind of see exactly where we're at. All you got to know is what doors to open, where to get your keys, avoid the black orbs, get your red orbs, and know how to kill the bosses, and you'll be all set. Again, guys, one last little thing. Remember, if you game over, hold down and press BA, and you can continue right from that stage. So that takes away a lot of the danger of the game right then and there. So give it a shot, see what you guys can do with it. And if you need anything from me, please, by all means, just let me know. It's been a pleasure, guys. Thank you.